Here are some tips for the adults out there. I feel like there's very little knowledge that people have about homeowners policies, so I'm just going to make this very simple. You see here, section 1, this is your house. Okay, right here. This is section 2, this is liability. Nothing to do with rebuilding your house or personal property. This is if someone trips and falls and breaks their neck on your property because of negligence. Now, what most people don't know, and I still can't believe this because any good agent should tell you this, but because you can get insurance online, I feel people might be doing it to themselves. Coverage A, dwelling, okay? It is not what you paid for the house. It is not market value. It is what it would take to rebuild your house from the ground up. If it should be totally burned down, you have a total loss. It is the rebuild cost, the replacement cost. Okay, and it's based on the price of 2x4s and other building materials. So if you bought a house for $500,000, this dwelling A here, coverage A dwelling, should not be $500,000. It might be $750, it might be $800. I don't know. Depends on the style of house you own. Okay, all right. Same with other structures. It's not anything to do with the market value, what you paid for your house. It's what it would take to completely rebuild that other structure. All right, personal property, same thing. Now, personal property is anything that you take with you if you should move. Great, so fireplaces, they're built in. You don't take your fireplace with you, right? That's part of the house. Your couches and stuff, again, replacement value, not market value. All right, so I was talking to some people and they had no idea that coverage A dwelling is not what you paid for the house. It's what it would take to rebuild it. Now you have liability, okay? Probably going to have around $500,000 in liability on your policy. All right, but what you got to do, though, is you got to up that liability by getting what's called an umbrella policy or an excess policy. So if you have your home and your autos, what you do is you get an umbrella policy of liability over both of those policies. Now, this does not pay for rebuilding your house, like I said, right? You could have a $3 million umbrella policy, but that doesn't mean if your house burns down, you get $3 million. No, that's what coverage A dwelling is for. So you're gonna need a liability policy. That way, if someone is on your property and because of your negligence, they trip and fall, break their neck, or die, you have now probably $500,000 from your homeowners and $3 million of umbrella over this and your autos of liability to pay that person when they sue you because they hurt themselves on your property, or you might have killed someone in a car accident and it's your fault. It's based on your negligence, right? If you have a lawn service and it's a company and they hurt themselves because of something the company did, well, that's on them. That's what their workers' comp should cover. But if someone hurts themselves on your property or it's your fault in the car accident and someone dies, they can come after you. That is your negligence. That's why you must enhance your liability protection by getting that umbrella policy. If you don't have autos, but you own a home, or you own an apartment, or you own some kind of property, you get what's called an excess policy, which is the same thing. It's just not an umbrella because you don't have two underlying policies in the umbrella, homeowners and auto. You only have your homeowners policy. So it's an excess policy. But it's the same thing. Excess liability over one underlying policy. But I made this video specifically because I have run into several people who don't realize that this coverage A dwelling has nothing to do with what you paid for the house. It is based on what it would cost to replace it. Not less, not better, but what you had. And any good agent insurance agent will tell you that. And when they're quoting you a policy, the quoting software from whatever company it is going to ask them how much hardwood floors, what kind of roof, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, tile, all these different things that helps their system give you an estimated replacement cost. Insurance is to make you whole again, not to make you less or make you better. All right, market values and what you paid for the home have nothing to do with coverage A. And that's what you need to know. It's one of the most adult things you will ever know in your entire life. But you need to know it, and most people don't understand this whole umbrella thing, this whole idea about liability. If someone sues you, make sure that your home and auto have an umbrella of extra liability coverage. And it's not that expensive. Oh, wow, Mike, $3 million of umbrella coverage? No, because it's rarely used or tapped into. All right, you probably have 500 grand over here or whatever, just in your HO policy. And that might be enough to cover some kind of liability. It's not until someone dies or breaks their neck and can't work anymore that you might need to tap into that extra liability up top in that umbrella. But like I said, most important thing, this is not based on what you paid for. It's based on replacement. It's based on the price of 2x4s and other building materials. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Enjoy adulting.